Alright guys, it's Kieran from Red Devil Weekly and we are live once again for another Manchester United preview. And tonight we've got a guest straight away. Usually I get them on a bit later, but I've decided to go straight in tonight just to get it off to a bang. You've got to start with a bang. Start with the discussion straight away, and we have got Tom on right now. I'm sure we'll be joined by others as well as we go through. But Tom, thanks for coming on, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're all doing well as well. And before we get into it, please do make sure you leave a like as well and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here as well. We're closing in on 840 subscribers, so thank you so much for all of your support recently. Really do appreciate it. But we're here to talk about Arsenal. We're not here to talk about the channel. We're here to talk about Arsenal and Manchester United going at it tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, however you see it. And it's a big game. I put it as a must-win, not only because of our league position, but because of the banter we'll get if we don't win this game. If we lose at home to Arsenal after all the stuff we've been chatting on social media about, beating PSG, beating Leipzig, if we lose, it's gonna be long. But Tom, going into this game, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? How are you feeling? Are you confident? Are you worried? What are your thoughts?
So, what do we need to worry about Arsenal? Seriously, come on. I'm not even worried about Arsenal in the slightest, if I'm being honest, at the moment, because we're playing better than them. We've got the better team, we've got the better players, and before Sifo wants to pull a fast one, we have got the better manager. This manager, Ollie's done more than what Arteta's done. You can spout off saying you've won an FA Cup. If we weren't battling for top four in the season, we would have won the FA Cup. Simple as that. We're playing, Ollie's got us into the Champions League. You're sitting there playing against Dundalk. We're beating PSG and Leipzig. You're sitting there playing scraping wins against Rapid Vienna, and just Dundalk, who I've never even heard of before. I had to Google them up to see what the results were in the Europa League. That was the only time that I actually knew who they were. So if you want to come at me with some BS about it, then come on then. But all I'm going to say is I'm very confident, because I don't see why we should be anything less, to be honest, at the moment. Because Arsenal's attackers don't really threaten me much. The only attacker I'd really be threatened of is if Aubameyang gets in the box and he has a clear line of goal. That's the only player I'd really be worried about. But with the way De Gea's been playing at the moment, De Gea kept such as Mbappe, Neymar, the chances from set pieces. He's been quite decent in the last 4 games, and I know Owen would have probably, already jumped in and spanned something about Dean Henderson. But I think De Gea's been okay, to be honest. I don't really see any reason why it should change at the moment. But I think going into the game, with the way Rashford and stuff's been playing, and in the media I saw about Paul Mason. And he was saying that, in his opinion, he would drop Rashford to the bench for the Arsenal game. And I just absolutely laughed. I laughed my head off. He is frightened the hell out of this player. If Rashford, people were saying about, Upamecano and everything. Rashford sent him to the shops. He sent the whole Leipzig defence to the shops. Arsenal have got banter defenders like David Luiz. The only defender I would call an actual defender at Arsenal is Gabriel. That's it. That's their only defender, in my opinion. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is not a defender. He's more of an inverted winger. Players like Tierney aren't defenders. They're wing-backs, in a sense. They've only got one defender, and that is Gabriel, if I'm being honest. And when we've got such quality players going forward, like I've said, I think we've got one of the best attacking ethoses in terms of the players we have and how they play all together. In terms of Rashford, Martial, Fernandes, Greenwood, and you can even say about the squad depth that we've got. If you put Van der Beek, Pogba, and you put, say, Cavani in the situation there as well, we've got one of the best attack forces probably in Europe, and it's proven it by smashing teams like Leipzig 5-0. Going to Paris and doing them over twice. That doesn't prove, my words here. It does, quite clearly. So I think, I'm 100% confident going into it. I know we don't have such as Martial and Tellers can't be selected. But really, Martial really he did play an influence in the Leipzig game partly, but I would say Tellez was a little bit of a blow, to be honest, because we didn't have that crossing connection. If you get what I mean by that, as in from say corners, the corners weren't that effective against Leipzig from set pieces and stuff, bar the penalty that was scored. But I think the whole. It's more positive now. We came into when we saw this massive run of games where we were playing teams like PSG, Leipzig, Chelsea, Arsenal, Everton. In this whole run, people were predicting that Ole was going to get sacked by the end of the run. Now we've pretty much blown every single game that we've played in terms of this hard run. We've done enough to win the game. I think we did enough again. We did enough against Paris. Quite clearly just won the game. We did enough against Chelsea for me to have won the game, but we didn't. That sometimes happens in football. Leipzig, we were far better, superior the team. Arsenal will probably be the same at the weekend because all they'll do is park the bus. Everton versus Man U. That's the game I'm looking forward to. Everton versus Man U, if I'm being honest. And the way Ancelotti sets up is mirror image of the opposite of what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sets Man United up. That's why the game at Goodison Park last year, where it ended 1-1, was such a good game. That was a very good game, if I'm being honest.
100%.
That was a very good game. So, in terms of the threats from Arsenal, the only threat I see Arsenal have is you can easily use two creative players against one defensive player in Thomas Partey. So I wouldn't really worry about that. If you play more creative players than their defensive players, I wouldn't really worry about that. And it's just a case of all you've got to do against Arsenal is find the key that fits the padlock and unlock it. That's it. As soon as you do that. And I think this season has shown, I think Arteta has been found out to a certain extent. For the simple fact of, you saw the frailties and the weaknesses in games like against Leicester. You've seen the weaknesses there. There was the weaknesses against West Ham from set pieces and defensive play. Defensively, they're shocking. Arsenal. Defensively, attacking wise, they've got the attackers, but the style that they play in parking the bus is not an attacking ethos. It's not an attacking style. So the attacking players are not going to be, absolutely amazing. That's why it's pretty much like moments that win them games. Moments, set pieces, fortune of luck. In terms of a bit of, you chuck all your cards at the table. They don't open up massively, but that's why I said I think if you bore them into the game, at some point they're gonna. If it's like 0-0 by 60 minutes, they're gonna have to open up at some point because they've not come for a draw. They want to win the game if they can.
Well, exactly.
And anyway, they want to win the game. So
Although,
they're gonna have to open up at some point.
You could argue that
just expose
Chelsea
them in that period. Yeah, go ahead.
You could argue that Chelsea. You could argue that Chelsea almost came for a draw. They came for a point, really, at Old Trafford.
Oh, they came for. They didn't come for a. They came for a clean sheet. That's what Chelsea did. That is what Chelsea did.
Arsenal could do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they do that pretty much in every game, I think, to be honest with you. In terms of away games, they set up just to chuff in draw. They did it against City. They've done it against. I think they personally did that against Rapid Vienna, if I'm being honest. They went there. I didn't see, expansive football. I don't think that's the Arsenal way of playing football. Because when it was, back 10 years ago, you used to fear some of the players that Arsenal had, such as Henry, Vieira, Campbell, these players. I don't fear players like David Luiz. I don't fear players like Ceballos, Xhaka, Willian, Saka. Why should we fear these people? We've got better players in better positions than Arsenal. And if you did a combined 11, it would prove that easily. There would be more Man United players in the team currently, off of current form, than Arsenal players. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I agree. I think in terms of quality, our squad on paper is better than theirs. I think on paper, 100% is better than theirs, and really it should be. We've spent more money on it. A few people I want to shout out, by the way. Welcome, Matthew Jones. I haven't seen you in time, man. I haven't seen you in time, but thank you so much for coming back. An OG of this channel. I remember back in the day we used to do some content, and hopefully you're keeping well at university. Hopefully he's doing good. And we have as well, Matthew, thanks for joining as well, appreciate it. And Kobe, thanks for joining as well, appreciate it, guys. Keep getting your thoughts in. Kobe says AFTV said Tierney over Shaw. I don't know, I feel like Tierney was playing alright last year for Arsenal. But right now, I'm not too sure. I haven't really watched Arsenal play. Matthew says we need to be more aggressive than we were against Chelsea. I agree. If we are to win the game, we need to be more aggressive. And Ellis Owen's actually joined. I thought he wouldn't be able to join, but he's joined. He says Ellis are breeding side. Says, who's singing in the background?
Yeah, who is singing in the background?
Oh yeah. By the way, the Motley Trio is here once again. Also, by the way, Matthew, if you want Matthew Jones, that is, if you want to join, and Matthew, I guess we can have a massive group of people joining. Just I'll put the link anyway in the live chat if you want to join. You don't have to if you don't want to. And obviously, if Big Rom's watching, I know you did message me in the week saying you wanted to come on. So if you do want to come on, there's a link in the live chat right there. But I've obviously got Dazzler and Owen joining me. Guys, how are you doing on this Halloween night?
Good afternoon, good evening. Yeah, I'm fine. Results have been going my way for once.
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, Owen, how are you doing, mate?
Oh, I'm doing perfectly on this fine winter's evening.
Not fine quite winter yet.
It's been down there.
Well, to fair, it says here on my phone that the temperature's 8 degrees here in Leeds. So
it also says on your thing you've got a McDonald's order coming in.
Yeah, I do. I actually do. I can show you it with the camera if you want. I've got.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
No. Basically, at 10:25. No, so Zahib is picking up my order.
I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to sell phones. That is what he's trying to do. Advertising.
No, he's currently picking up my order. So it'll be arriving soon. So yeah, I just thought I'd specify that.
Fine then. Well, we'll ask you a question now, and then you can dip whenever you need to get your McDonald's or whatever. I mean, who's getting McDonald's at this hour anyway?
It's 10 o'clock at night.
That's classic student, that.
They go get
classic.
McDonald's.
That's a classic university student, that.
Aren't you going to ask me what I got?
Okay, fine. Fine.
Okay.
He got one of them kids' colouring books.
Bag of carrot sticks.
Yeah, no. Carrot sticks. I didn't know they did carrot sticks.
I thought I did. Anyway, carry on. Just get on with it.
Now?
Well, no. I was gonna get. No, by the way, what McFlurry do you guys usually get? Because I've just got.
Oh my God.
No, because
football, not.
Oh no! I got a Smarties one, but last time I got an Oreo one. I don't know what.
See,
maybe
trying to sell stuff. I'm telling you.
Maybe people in the comments can help us out because obviously.
Imagine if you're watching this video back, expecting an Arsenal preview.
We're talking about McDonald's.
No. All I'm saying is, anyone in the comments say what McFlurry they prefer because I'm struggling here.
All right, fair enough. Right, if you're in the comments, let us know.
Get your order in.
What are you saying then, Owen?
What am I saying? What in terms of what?
No. What is your order?
On my order is large fries, 20 chicken nuggets, and a large Coke.
Oh, you went wrong with a drink.
And a Smarties McFlurry. I've already ordered Smarties McFlurry.
The same as mine, apart from with the flurry, but.
Yeah, I'm similar to that, but you got the wrong drink.
Wait, Dal, do you get a McFlurry or not?
Why are we talking about McDonald's on a stream when we've come to talk about Arsenal?
No. But if I was, I'd go for one that was actually nice and cold instead of one that was
This
warm.
is what happens when we bring Owen on.
Yeah. No, he's deflecting. He knows he's going to get bodied in a minute.
Well, no, it's just I need to get the discount code in quickly so I can get paid.
No, all right, okay. Owen, let's turn our attention to the game. Tom obviously gave his thoughts if he was confident or not. Do you think there's anything about Arsenal we need to fear going into tomorrow's game?
Yep. The fact that they only seem to get up for us whenever they play us, they only seem to turn. That's the game they turn up for, and then next week they'll get bodied by Brighton or whoever they're playing. Aubameyang's the only thing that concerns me because he hasn't scored yet. And it's going to be like, oh yeah, he scored against us, and then you'll get DT going, whatever. Like, I don't really know what a DT impression is. Just I don't have a flat cap with me, so I can't really do it. But yeah, no, I'm worried about Aubameyang. But apart from that, I think they're actually flowering to deceive. I think they're actually pants. But no, but people seem to be sort of giving them credit, but they're actually rubbish. And
What about that FA Cup? I'm going to say that, to be fair, they did beat Man City and Chelsea on their way to an FA Cup.
okay, but they did concede they conceded to a goal that was created by Pulisic, who went off injured.
So,
All right.
Did he score? Did he not?
He did score, but then him
So
going
does it
off
matter?
basically, because him going off changed the game. What I would say is that
Just the
Arteta.
game. Jesus Christ.
So Arsenal went on to win when he went off. So I rest my case. If I'm incorrect, I stand corrected. But I'm not standing. I'm sitting down. So obviously I'm correct. But no, I think that Arsenal. I think Arsenal. I don't know. I think the only thing that will beat us is ourselves.
Ourselves.
If we play rubbish,
Where does that come from?
if we play rubbish, we will lose the game, and that's my missing leg prediction. If we play badly,
I tell you what, you should be a fortune teller. If we play bad, we'll lose the game. You should be a fortune teller, mate.
No shit.
Matthew Jones, by the way, welcome Knockout Ghost as well. Thanks for joining. Matty Jones has joined us. I'm not sure. Actually, to be fair, if you're still doing it, obviously you guys might know him on the channel from United Lads or United Focus. One half of the duo that is Matthew and Luke Jones. It is Matthew Jones. Matthew, I haven't spoken to you in a while, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, very busy, but yeah, back on.
It's good to have you, Matt, back on, man. Good to see you again. Good to talk to you again, mate. And we've also got another guy who wants to get in, so we'll add him. So this is the biggest call by far right now. I'm not. Are you?
Can you just bring up the comment from Matthew about the Oreo McFlurry?
Okay, fine. This is the last time. This is the last time we talk about McDonald's in the stream. I tell you.
Okay, no, I just want to check. I just want to check the actual said. Yeah, no. To be fair, Matthew, I get that as well, but I got smarties this time. Okay, carry on.
That was what you had to say? Okay.
Side track.
And Kobe says Man United versus McDonald's. Yeah, it does seem like we're doing a preview for that game. Kobe says Anthony Taylor won the FA Cup for Banter FC. A lot of people said that. A lot of people did say that. And Rich, thanks for joining as well. Rich Sports, make sure you check him out. Great stuff on there. He says, are we going to score own goals to lose the game? Beat ourselves.
Hey, Rich, you know what I meant. You know what I meant, Rich. I love you, man, but you know, I know what you meant. I know what I meant. Don't slate me like that. But come on if you're going to slate me.
Well, we may as well come on.
Goading people already.
Exactly. Yeah,
he's goading me. He's having to go what I said.
Right. Let's just. Okay.
Honestly.
Yeah. So we've also got a timid Man United fan on as well. So we've got 5 people on it. I'm not sure if you're Big Rom in the chat. Let me know if you are the guy that messaged me.
I need to go get my order. So.
All right. Owen's going off. Well, I've got a smorgasbord. I've got a smorgasbord of people to ask now. I don't know who I'm going to ask. I think Dazza. I'll ask Dazza next, and then we'll get to the timid Man United fan. We'll get to Matty as well. But Dazza, obviously. Oh, you've heard what Owen and Tom have to say. Do you think Arsenal have got anything that we should be worried of, or do you think it's going to be, do you think we should be confident as United fans going into this game?
I don't see why we can't be confident. We've beaten a brilliant PSG side, and then we've beaten top of the league RB Leipzig very comfortably, whilst Arsenal only just to say managed to beat Rapid Vienna and Dundalk. So if you look at those teams that we've been up against and teams they've played, then really I don't see why we can't win. But Owen is right. The only time Arsenal seem to turn up is when they're against us, because they're determined to get one over us, same as we're determined to get one over them. And we've got a good home record against them. I don't think we've lost at home to them since 2006 or something like that.
Yeah, 1-0, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they beat us 1-0.
14 years.
So really, I think going by that, we should win. I think we've got.
It'll be 15 tomorrow.
Team. Eh?
Oh, I love that.
15, it'll be 15 tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Let's hope so.
Nah, I hope we can do it. I think we've got the stronger team on paper, and we start Van der Beek. He had a decent game against Leipzig. We start the same squad that we played against Leipzig, and I don't see why we can't come away with the win. But I have a feeling it could be. Well, if they're going to win, it'll be Harry Maguire cost as usual or Luke Shaw. But you never know. I don't think either defence is particularly great. I know our defence recently has been a lot better.
Yeah.
But I still think both defences, same as the Chelsea game, I said just against Chelsea, both defences are about as bad as each other. So it'll be an interesting game. It'll be exciting. But I don't see why we can't get a win out of this.
I mean, to be fair, every time we think it's going to be a high-scoring, exciting game, it never is. Like the Chelsea game, we thought it was going to be high-scoring, exciting. It was 0-0 in the end. So that's just the way it is. Well, Matty Jones, I'll come to you. Obviously, you've heard what these guys have to say. Do you agree with them? Do you think we should be confident, or are you a little bit more tense and worried going into this one?
I'm definitely a bit worried because our form in the Premier League hasn't been great this season, but I think we can take a lot of confidence from the Leipzig game. Obviously, I think we need to start Tuanzebe. I think he's a must. I want to see him and Lindelof, see if they can get a proper partnership going. I am confident, but obviously they've got their strengths as well. Aubameyang and Pepe. But on their day, they're very good players, so I think we definitely need the win. Obviously, with Liverpool and Chelsea winning today, it's that we want to maintain that distance and we want to try and challenge for the league. Then I think this is a must-win. Obviously, not winning our first 3 Premier League games isn't ideal. So, yeah, I'm definitely a bit worried, but I think we can get over the line.
Yeah, I mean, our form at Old Trafford up until the Leipzig game was poor as well. Really, we had after the Chelsea game, it was 5 games at Old Trafford without a win. So. Yeah, obviously, yeah, that is one worry, I think, is the fact our home form hasn't been great. But then again, Arsenal's away form against top 6 sides is terrible. So that's obviously, it kind of goes both ways in that sense. But yeah, as pretty much everyone said, it's just about the performance. If we produce a good performance, I don't see Arsenal beating us at least. And in that respect, I guess you could say we can only beat ourselves, but obviously, Arsenal have got quality as well. It's not like we're playing League 2 where the only way they're going to win is if we play crap. Arsenal have got decent players. Like Aubameyang is decent. Even though he hasn't scored, he was probably Arsenal's best player last year. In fact, he was. There's no debate.
100%.
So we got to watch out for him. Rich says, not slaying, just joking. Yeah, don't take anything Owen says seriously. Don't worry about that, mate. Don't worry about that. Honestly, Owen. Yeah, he just likes to get all the comments anyway. Exactly, he's gone. And Footy Talk says we'll need to stick with a diamond. We'll go through what people are thinking for the lineup and the way we should set up in just a second. But I do want to get the timid Man United fan. I'm not sure your name or whatever. I don't feel like you need to give your name or whatever. But I'm happy to have you on, mate. Appreciate it. So yeah, obviously your first time as well, debut for this guy. So yeah, obviously you've heard what everyone else has to say. What are your thoughts? Do you think on a similar lines? Do you think that whilst we should be confident, there are still some great, good players that we're going to have to stop from Arsenal's point of view? Or do you think that going into this game, there's only one team that has the W written all over them, and that's Manchester United? I'm not sure if you can hear it. Well, we can't hear your mic. Hold on, I'm not sure if I can turn it up. Can anyone hear what he's?
No, I can't.
No.
Okay.
Single thing.
Oh, he says his mic's a little bit quiet. I think I can't hear it at all. That's a problem. Kobe says, have we booked our penalty yet? Yeah, yeah. Well, it's on the cards, mate. It's on the cards. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, mate. I don't know what's going on there. I mean,
Has he got his mic volume up to full?
Yeah, I can't, because I can't change the volume on his mic or anything like that. Unfortunately, I can't do that, which is annoying. Yeah, sorry about that, mate. I don't know what to do, to be honest with that.
If he tries leaving and then coming back on, it might work.
Yeah,
maybe do that. Maybe leave and come back on, maybe, or
might
maybe go into.
Resetting.
Yeah, it might just be a reset thing. All right, well, okay, we'll carry on then. Hopefully he comes back. Welcome, Nicholas, as well. Thanks for joining, Nicholas. He's just come in. Appreciate it. Says, yo to you, mate. Yo to you, as the kids say these days. But yeah, obviously we're going to talk about the formation there. Footy Talk says need to stick with the diamond. What you? Obviously the diamond worked well against Leipzig. We'll start with Matty this time. Do you reckon we should stick with the diamond for this game, or do you think, and I know that Owen's going to have a lot to say about this, do you think we should go back to the 5 at the back?
No, I hate the 5 at the back. I personally think we should do the diamond. I think McTominay and Fred, or
Someone
maybe
has
those
some
two
sense.
those two that sit in front of the back four. I think they'll be able to provide enough protection. So I think it's a good mixture. That obviously you've got enough cover there, but you've got enough attacking players as well. Pretty much like what a lot of people say, we don't really have wingers at this club, so I think hopefully we can try and get Van der Beek in the team as well. I'd like to see if he can start tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely play the diamond.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, well, there's always that old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And, you know, we battered Leipzig really in that second half using that formation. And also it plays to our strength because we've got so many different midfield options that it really does play to our strengths. Matthew says, can we get a 93rd minute can we get it from a 93rd minute dodgy handball? I'll take that all day long, mate. I'll take it all day long. Nicholas says, Arsenal just win 2-1, Lacquer and Holding. I'm not sure if you're an Arsenal fan, mate, but I don't think that's going to be a popular prediction on this channel. But no, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. All right, we'll try again with the timid Man United fan. We'll try again with you, mate. Hopefully everything's all right. Obviously, technology can be a pain sometimes, so don't worry about it. But yeah, I'm going to ask you about the formation while we're on the formation. Do you think we need to stick with the diamond formation? You know, do you think that plays to our strengths, or do you think that we need a bit more cover defensively? What are your thoughts? Oh,
He's muted at the moment.
all right. Oh.
Has he enabled the audio?
No,
Yeah,
it's just on mute. That's the problem.
I'll read a few comments. Kobe goes with 2-0 United. That's more like it. Kobe. Bruno and Rashi. Yeah, I'll take. I think Rashford's red hot at the moment. He really, really is. And Matthew says, as long as Daniel James doesn't play, we have a chance. Hey, what's going on with that? Come on, man. Daniel James. You know, we can't slate Daniel James for always kick the ball. But you might be right. All right, we'll try.
Man.
We'll get on to him in a second then. The Timid Man United fan, can you hear me?
No,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's working, man. I'm not sure it's working. Yeah, don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's just a technical thing.
Yeah, stuff like that happens. You know what I mean? So yeah, Matty says we go back to the diamond. Dazza, do you reckon diamond as well? Would you go back to the diamond?
Yep, back five for me is way too defensive.
Way too defensive. Yeah, look, that is the thing with the back five, is that like when we counter attack, we usually, you know, it's a natural formation for us to go in when we counter attack, and we usually do well with it. But against Arsenal, do we really need to do that much counter attacking? I mean, they've got decent players going forward, but we kept out a very good RB Leipzig side playing that diamond with a 4 at the back. So maybe our defence is getting stronger. Who knows? Or maybe that was just a false dawn, and maybe we do need that extra player. Tom, what are your thoughts? I know you're much more in favour of the diamond than you are of the back five. Do you think we go back to the diamond for this one?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? You know, we just won 5-0 against Leipzig using it, and we've got. Like I said before, we've got that many midfielders. In a way, we've got 3 creative midfielders because we've got Pogba, Fernandes, and Van der Beek. People have always been saying, let's put them all in one team. And the only way you can do that is if you play a diamond and you have a defensive midfielder. Whether that's Fred, whether that's McTominay, whether that's Matic. You just choose one of them 3 to play defensive midfield, and then you use the other 3 in the attacking third, in the diamond. So I'd have Pogba from the left-hand side because that's where he used to play at Juventus. And, you know, when we played Leipzig, he was pulling the strings from that side. That's where he put the ball through for Greenwood in that really good area. And Greenwood then just blasted it across goal into the back of the net. So I think Pogba from the left. Van der Beek looked really good if you play him from the right. He's played there in the FA Cup games when Mata has played in the 10. So he'd had to play a little bit a bit more of a deeper role. But he's that versatile. He can play anywhere in the midfield. That's the thing that I like about him. He's that versatile. A lot of Ajax players can play multiple positions. Ziyech, who's gone to Chelsea, can play anywhere across the front 3. He can even play attacking midfield. Van der Beek can do any part of a midfield. De Jong used to be able to do that as well and then he's gone to Barcelona. So a lot of Ajax players can play a variety of positions, and I think that's always good when you've got players that can do. Fred is not a creative midfielder, so limited. Tomine, he's not a creative midfielder, so he's limited to what he can do. Players like Fernandes can play all three. Pogba can play all three, but he's preferred in a better position. And exactly the same with Van der Beek. So, like I say, I would stick with a diamond because, like you said, don't fix something that's not broken. And I don't think, because if you the way you win a game is you win it in midfield. That's how if you overflow a midfield, you'll win the game. If you can control the midfield, because then that limits your opponent's creativity. And they
and on that, actually, sorry to interrupt you, Tom. On that, if you look at the fact they've got Thomas Partey, obviously he's going to be a big factor in this game potentially.
Yeah, they've got one. Yeah, so like I say, really in theory, if they go and play their 5 at the back system, they're only at max going to have 2 to 3 midfielders. So if you have an extra midfielder in there, you're going to easily overflow them. If you if you play a high line, then you can easily just play offside trap against players like Aubameyang. It's as simple as that. So I wouldn't worry too much about what style we should play, because if we play a diamond, you will overflow the midfield, and Arsenal will not be able to create anything. Then they've got to hope that they're going to have a lucky ball that's going to go long, playing long ball, or they're going to have to create something from out wide, which is not what Arsenal normally do. They'll just ping a ball through, or they'll score from set pieces. That is Mikel Arteta in a nutshell. Defensive mind. People say, he is the next Jose Mourinho. Clear as that, the next Jose Mourinho. Because all I see him do is he just parks the bus, and then if it's 0-0, he doesn't win the games 4-5-0. He wins the game by a goal difference, like 2-1 or 1-0 or 3-2. He doesn't score 5 goals in the game. Well, he scores 3 against Dundalk, who I'd never heard of. But still, when you can't properly do assists to win games by high scoring, and it's not the Arsenal way, I don't know why Arsenal are getting really hyped. So I think Arsenal have been found out. Like I said, I think they have been found out because all they do is park the bus. We know what Jose Mourinho does. He parks the bus. It's the exact same with Arteta. Apart from, in a period of the game, so 20 minutes, they'll have a spell where they'll play expansive football, they'll open up, and then if you can hit in that 20 minutes, then they've got to play like that for the rest of the match. And then that's where you'll score more against them, if you get what I mean by that. So, but like I say, if we score first, I'll be absolutely shitting themselves. They will be shitting themselves because they've got to completely scrap the game plan, and they've got to open up for the full 90 minutes. And that plays right into our hand if we want to play counter-attacking, which we all want to do. So it's as simple as that. Get the first goal, I think we'll win the game. I don't think we don't need to win the game by 5-0. If you get the first goal, they're going to cause mistakes because they've got to open up more. And then that's where mistakes will happen. Rashford can easily take a player on. We've seen that against Upamecano. Greenwood can find the net. You play Cavani, he's very good in terms of staying in the box and in aerial duels, which we saw in glimpses against Chelsea. So I wouldn't worry too much. Like I say, the only thing you've got to worry about with Arsenal, in my opinion, is Gabriel, because he's a solid defender, and Aubameyang. Thomas Partey's only just joined, so I'm not really putting any criticism on him as of yet. He looks like a decent player for now. But they're the only players I would worry about. If you can keep Aubameyang quiet, I don't see Arsenal even scoring tomorrow, if I'm being honest. I don't see them scoring. They do turn up against us. That's when they play at the Emirates. That's the Jesse Lingard Stadium. This is Old Trafford. You've not won here in 14 years.
Yeah,
and it's going to be 15 tomorrow. 100%.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Trans MFC, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Says, I think we'd get the job done, Percy. I agree that we should keep the diamond, and these men would get touched. Fact. There you go. Couldn't put it better myself, mate. Could not put it better myself. Footy Talk actually goes against the diamond. He says, we would miss Tellez if we use the diamond, but still go with it. Oh, actually, okay, fair enough. He says still go with it. But I don't think Tellez can play. Tellez is out of the game, so unfortunately, because he got COVID.
He's out of the game with...
But he has to isolate for about 14 days, isn't he?
Yeah, so that obviously doesn't, obviously I guess missing Tellers doesn't really matter because we're going to miss him anyway. It says also, we all know that Arsenal crumble more than a biscuit. We dominate the first quarter with a goal or two. They'll capitulate and we'll win. Simple. These men don't have the mentality to push on. Listen, Arsenal Arsenal have always had a mentality problem. They always have a mentality problem. Even under Arteta, they have that mentality problem. I mean, they different seasons, same loss at home to Leicester. So, in some ways you could argue they haven't changed as much as people think. Rich says, I agree with Tom. Get the first goal and Arsenal are in big trouble. But yeah, I think it's a good point. We do like to play on the counter-attack. We like to play on the counter-attack. So when we get that goal and we have that cushion and we feel more comfortable playing on it, it's going to be difficult for teams to break us down. Kobe says, what do you think of Zakaria? I think he's like Tony Cruz and Wan-Bissaka mashed together. I haven't seen too much of him. I think he plays in the Bundesliga, doesn't he, Daz?
Yeah, he plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach, yeah.
And obviously Daz, as we all know, by the way, thanks Xmas 2019, thanks for joining. Christmas 2019 was a much better time. He says, Arsenal banter FC, yeah, well, goes without saying, mate, goes without saying. And, but yeah, Daz, obviously we had the question asked about Zakaria.
The hell was that?
What is that?
Where is that coming from? Right,
Where is
okay.
this actually coming from?
Okay.
What just
That was a thing. I've got no idea what happened. If you're still listening, that's a miracle. Oh yeah, Daz, we're going to talk about Zakaria. Obviously, Kobe brought up the point about Zakaria. Obviously, he's playing the Bundesliga. You know the Bundesliga well. Would you agree with his assessment? Would you agree that he's like he's like Wan-Bissaka and Tony Cruz into one?
Well, I mean, Zakaria plays for the Gladbach, obviously, and he's a holding midfielder. I would class him more as maybe a defensive playmaker. I wouldn't class him as Tony Cruz and Wan-Bissaka combined, really. I think Tony Cruz is levels ahead of him. Obviously plays in a much bigger league and is a much better player. Wan-Bissaka, he's a fullback. Zakavi's never played as a fullback, so I don't know how you could really say that he's Wan-Bissaka and Tony Cruz combined, because really I think
Maybe
they're both
I think he means
positions.
because I like the tackling.
And I don't think Zakaria is that good. And if I'm being honest, I think Wan-Bissaka, if Wan-Bissaka played at TDM, I think he'd do a better job than Zakaria, to be honest.
Well, there you go. I mean, you won't get a better insider knowledge on the Bundesliga than Daz. So take that, and so I mean, if Solskjaer's watching, let's not go for Zakaria. Let's go for somebody else. Let's see. Matthew says Arsenal haven't won away at any top 6 teams in nearly 6 years. Well, there's always a time to start. To be fair,
since the last time, actually, but
yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy stat.
yeah.
Matthew, I see you mate. Yeah, go on. Sorry, yeah, go on.
I think I saw something where it's been 14 years since Arsenal have won at Old Trafford. Might be wrong in the Premier League. So. But yeah, I was just going back to a point you both made about Partey.
Right, yeah.
And I think he's obviously a very important player for them. But if Fred can somehow nullify Thomas Partey, because he will dictate a lot of the play for Arsenal. So if we can nullify him, I think we'll win that midfield battle, and then we've got a really good chance of winning. So yeah, I think the midfield's crucial.
And actually, sticking with the midfield,
Yeah, I think.
I'll go on, Tom. Yeah, sorry.
I think with Thomas Partey going in, I criticise Arteta in terms of what he's done with Ozil, if I'm being honest. Thomas Partey, the defensive player that he is, would free Ozil to play a free role. When you give a creative player that, when you can give a creative player that in a team, that's like having 10 of the same player on the field. If I'm being that, he can link everything together. Because Partey can cover him defensively, so he can just do what he wants freely in the attacking third.
Yeah,
So it's much like what we do, but we play 3 different defensive midfielders. One week it might be Fred, it might be McTominay, it might be Matic, or it might be two of them playing together. We don't have like just one that we can just chuck straight in there, and that gives the freedom to say Fernandes, to say Pogba, to say Van der Beek, Mata if he plays. It gives them the freedom to go and just do what they want, to be honest. And that's why I think if Ozil was playing in that team now, I would be fearful of Arsenal, yes. Because a player who has a free role in the team to go and do what the hell they want, that is scary. A player who doesn't, when they don't have that player in the midfield, like if you put Fernandes in their midfield, or you put a crappier version of Kevin De Bruyne in there, who might not be as good as Kevin De Bruyne, then I would actually be worried because they've got some sort of creativity. There isn't any creativity in that midfield. Ceballos is hit and miss. Ozil is their only creative midfielder, and he doesn't play it. That is the problem at Arsenal. If they played Ozil, they would be a much better team, hands down. Because
and you could argue Xhaka, Granit Xhaka is like a penalty waiting to happen.
Exactly.
Watch out for his long shots.
Oh, true. Yeah, De Gea did get done by one of his long shots. To be fair, but I've just seen a name. Sorry, the reason why you might have seen me kind of smirking a little bit because I saw someone come to the chat. Thanks for coming. I saw his name and I read it out to myself and I was like, okay. I just so
wait, what?
So I'm gonna say so basically someone in the chat. So the newest large anus says not confident. Arsenal knows his stuff. Arteta knows his stuff. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that, mate. You did make me laugh. Thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. And also we're at 12 likes as well. Thank you so much for all the likes, bro. Really appreciate it. Really does help out the channel. So thank you so much for support. Footy Talk says one player I'm scared of is Saka because he's the only creative piece. Lock him up and it makes it easier to win. Wan-Bissaka would do a job on him that sounds That sounds wrong. Well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it sounding wrong. But no, yeah, exactly. We like sometimes we big up Arsenal's players, but we've got to look at our own players. You know, Wan-Bissaka's in great form. Our defence is in great form. I think pretty well after the last few games, our whole team is in good form. You know, there's no one against Leipzig who had a bad game. So, yeah, I think we've just got to, you know, we've got to be confident in ourselves, really. Was there someone? Was you, Matt? You want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to add something. You'd think Ollie would. Obviously, we've got a lot of attacking players in our squad, and at times defensively we are a bit vulnerable. You think we would be a bit more attacking? I'm surprised that in a lot of the big games, Ollie just sit back. Whereas I think if we had a go, I think we might be a bit more successful. I don't know what you guys think.
I agree with that. Yeah. When Ollie first came in as caretaker manager, that was the way to. He played 4-3-3. He gave players like Pogba the free role, and Pogba at the time in that form that he was in, he was probably, in my opinion, the best midfielder in that period of form in the world at that time for me, 100%. Rashford was as good. It was probably just he's a lot better now, but he was good back. He was good then in that period as well. He didn't like players like Lukaku, so he got rid of players like that. And he's brought in Cavani, but I personally would take Cavani over Lukaku simply because Cavani is happy to sit on the bench and be an impact player. Lukaku wasn't. Lukaku was a player who wants to play week in, week out, and he didn't like the fact that Ollie didn't prefer players like Rashford over him, and he's a younger player than him. So he didn't like that. So then he wanted to fob off and go back over to Italy and play for Antonio Conte into Milan. So I wouldn't. So like I say, I think I just don't know what. I think it's because since he's got the permanent job, he's worried about if he gets sacked. That's the problem. But I don't understand. I don't understand why. It's like in poker. If you don't take risks, you don't win. It's as simple as that. If you don't take risks, you don't win. So it's exactly the same in football. If you don't take a risk on playing a certain way or playing a formation or a specific player, you're not going to win. It's common knowledge. Play the way you want to play. It doesn't matter if you win, lose or draw. at least you tried. That is the main point. If you try something, you don't know if you're going to win or succeed. And yeah, go on. Go ahead, Matthew.
I don't know what you guys think. Do you think Ole actually knows his formation and his starting 11? Because it seems like every week there's different formations, there's different players coming in. I would like to see Ole, have a confirmed starting 11. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
he certainly knows.
I think it's because of the quality. I think it's because of the quality of depth we've got now. Like, people have already been questioning why isn't Van de Beek been starting? Why isn't Cavani been starting? Since he's coming, why haven't we given Tuanzebe a chance? We've got that many quality players now. And you can't fit them all into the team. That's the problem.
I do think he's a bit stubborn.
He
has his favourites, like he picked Lindelof and Maguire every week, where I think Tuanzebe's warranted a start now in the Premier League. So I'm fingers crossed he gets a start tomorrow, because he can do a job on.
Even if he doesn't get a start, I want him to get some minutes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'd want him to get some minutes, 100%.
Last time, I remember when he made his debut against, not a debut, but he played one of his first games in the United shirt against Arsenal, and he was really, really good back then. So, he does deserve to have some more minutes. We've got a few more people that want to join the call. We've got Alex Wesley. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think we know who it is now.
I can't believe that. That's a bit. And the timid Man United fan, I've got no idea who it is, but I feel like if I add him, I feel like I'm gonna hear myself back again. He's muted himself. I don't know, mate. I don't know. but thanks. I don't recognise the name.
What's your predictions for this season? Do you think we'll challenge for the league, or do you think just finish top 4? I think personally, for me, I think we are a bit inconsistent. I think we can get top 4, but I hope we can just close the gap on Liverpool. That's all I'm.
Well, that's what I think. That was my expectation towards our season, was closing the gap on the top teams. But I just think, like, with us, it's just lack of consistency. It's literally that. It's the fact that we've got a good team on paper. We've seen we can play great games against the top sides, but it's the lack of consistency that means we end up finishing just in the top 4 or even below that. So that's the problem, really. But I think if we are consistent, we can definitely close that gap on Liverpool and Man City. And this year is going to be very, very weird. It's very different. So who knows what could happen? Daz, what are your thoughts? You reckon? What were your expectations? Sorry, for the season. Following on from Matthew's question, what are your expectations? Do you reckon United should and need to win silverware? Do you think Ole needs to win silverware this season?
I think he's probably going to go do something.
Oh, all right, Tom, you answer the question then.
I don't really know, to be honest. I think if we would have had a pre-season, I think we would have been a lot better. Because if we would have had a month or two away in, I don't know, Asia or America or something, of a pre-season campaign where you can prepare and try new things and plan formations, plan teams, players, styles and stuff, then I think we would have been... I don't think we would have lost the first couple of games like we did. I don't think we would have done as badly as we did against such as Palace. I don't think we would have done as badly against Spurs, teams like that. Because these teams were a lot fitter than us. Spurs had, at the end of their season, they had a full campaign where you could say they had a part of a pre-season. Whereas we had just come straight back in from a Europa League campaign. Exactly the same. That's why Manchester City hadn't been playing well either, because they'd just come straight back in from the Champions League. So I wouldn't, I think if we would have had a pre-season, I think we would have been probably maybe doing what Everton are doing right now, if I'm being honest. Because the way we've been playing well, we've got everybody fully fit. Everybody's fully fit, and we can play pretty much anybody who we want out of a full selection of a squad. I think we've been probably one of the best teams in the league this year overall. Like, not a lot of teams have impressed me this year. Like, the top teams haven't impressed me at all. Liverpool defensively have been shocking, even when they had Virgil van Dijk. Against Leeds and against Villa, They were absolutely shocking.
Yeah, they lost
And
7-2 even with Van Dijk.
These are two. Yeah, exactly. I think they should have lost the Leeds game. If I'm being honest, they could have
Very
lost so many.
expensive.
They could have drawn today, even without They had to get a bit of help from Diogo Jota to get them out of the mud. Otherwise, they would have probably drawn today, or even worst case scenario, lost. But I think, like I said, I do. In terms of the whole season, I think if Ole got to say a quarter, if he got to like the semi-final of the Champions League and say got the top four again, I think that's a successful season. I don't necessarily think win a trophy, because getting to the semi-final of the Champions League with no backing at all, like you've not been backed with the players that you actually wanted. Like you wanted players like Sancho, you wanted players like Haaland, you wanted all these, good attacking players. You wanted, a defender, Upamecano, but they didn't go and get you them. To still go on and do something like that would be phenomenal. Because I think, currently, like I say, if you get the top four, I think the top four this season is a lot more competitive than last season. Last season, it was pretty much Leicester, Chelsea, or Man U, and you pick two out of them. Now I would probably say the whole race has opened up. Everton are in the mix. Chelsea are, Arsenal are, probably Leicester are going to be there or thereabouts. Man United are going to be there. Tottenham are going to be there. Leeds even. Wolves, Leeds. That's nearly 8 teams. Now you've got to pick 2 teams out of that. But you don't know, because City haven't been playing well at the moment. Barely scraping a win against Sheffield United. So that might open a third space. Who knows? But I think it's a weird year. If we played properly and we went on one of these amazing runs, we could easily be top of the table with a couple of points clear. If I'm being honest, I'm not saying we're going to win the league. Don't go there about that. I don't think we'll win the league. I'm not being that optimistic. But I think we could seriously challenge. If we're being seriously challenged, because Liverpool have lost the best defenders, so defensively they are shocking. They've got to they've got to score more against teams. Liverpool aren't going to have that many clean sheets like they did last year. City are still City at the moment. They are absolutely, I think they're in free fall, if I'm being honest. They needed to buy more attacking players than they did defensive, yet he bought more defenders. I don't know why. Still, they're not getting anywhere closer to closing the gap that Liverpool bridged away from them. Right now, Chelsea and Man United are the best chances of taking the title back from Liverpool, because Chelsea can attack but they can't defend. Exactly the same with us. We are in the same position as Chelsea. We can attack but we can't defend. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But it's like Liverpool can do both when they have Van Dijk there, and when they have, say, Matip there. When they have the squad depth players there, they can do both, and they can compete in both competitions. But I want us to take the form that we've had in the Champions League and please put it in the Premier League. I would sooner get top four. I would sooner get top four and get less points off of the title from a Liverpool or whoever's going to win the league than us get to like the Champions League final and lose, 5-0 against the Bayern Munich team. Please, honestly, I just take I would sooner not have the nights in Paris and in beating Leipzig if we were top of the league by like 5 points now. I would sooner take that, because in terms of it, the league is more important than the Champions League at current time. Nobody's banking on Man United winning the Champions League this year. The league, who knows? Personally, I think it's an open game this season. I think if any team went 10, 12 games unbeaten, had like a considerable amount of points away, any team could go and do it. People were already saying that Everton were challengers. It's ridiculous. Absolutely deluded. No, but I think we if Ollie would have been back this summer, God knows where we would be, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you got the players like Sancho, Upamecano, he got the positions that he wanted more than what he already got, who knows where he could take this team. And we're already beating teams like Leipzig. We're beating the Wonder Boy Nagelsmann. We're beating Tuchel in his backyard in Paris twice. And we had even worse players back then, and we beat them by more. We beat them 3-1 then. So like I say, everybody's fully fit. I think we could really have a good challenge in terms of solidifying the top 4, because last season it was more of a competition. Solidify it this year, so we're 5 points clear of competition, and have a good bash in the Champions League. Minimal, I wouldn't expect him to win a trophy with not being backed at all. I wouldn't expect that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it'd be a pretty massive achievement if he was to win a trophy, and like also it'd be a big middle finger to all the haters out there. To be fair as well, it'd be massive for him. Massive.
Then he's not a PE teacher anymore.
Exactly, mate. Well, he's not a PE teacher now. I mean, to be fair, if everyone's calling
He's
him
head of PE.
he's head of the head of department. We've got Big O back. Obviously, he's just had his McDonald's. Did it go down well?
Yeah, no, it was actually really good. To be fair, I thought that they usually
Don't give a massive review.
They thought.
We're not the McDonald's board.
Well, no, I'm just saying they usually forget the dips, but today they didn't. So thank you for McDonald's.
Oh, that's big. That's big.
Watching. But
yeah, they're going to be watching.
I've just sung to McFlurry, lovely. It was melting a bit, but
I thought we weren't reviewing food.
Yeah.
We're not a food reviewing show.
It's not a mukbang.
Exactly. It was just me. I'm going to be honest. I asked that question out of politeness, to be honest. No, but whilst you guys are here, and I can see there's other people wanting to get on the stream, and I don't know. I don't want to add anyone I don't know now. After what's happened, as I said,
What happened? What happened?
Well, I added one a guy, and then I added someone, and they started playing the Ali A theme tune. And then
Wait,
it's
Owen
madness.
just went really silent. Was that Owen or something playing a
No,
I wouldn't be surprised.
He changed his name.
It wasn't.
But we've got a few. I'll read a few of the comments because people have been getting their comments. So keep getting them in, as Matthew said there in the chat. Keep them getting them in. Red Manx TV has put a comment. He says, "Looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to it as well. Make sure you check out Red Manx TV as well. Great stuff on there." Footy Talk says Real Madrid want Fernandes. I'm not surprised, but they can keep their hands off him.
Stuffed.
They can get stuffed, Daz. 100%.
They're not looking at getting him now.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope not.
They're not. He's not even on the radar. Don't worry about
Mate,
that.
they've got Hazard.
Would he leave? Would he leave for Real Madrid? Really?
He better not leave. He wouldn't leave.
It means that Real Madrid are interested in him, but they're not.
I
promise you.
You know what? On our form at the moment, I fancy us against Real Madrid. Real Madrid are tosh. Real Madrid
right
are absolute.
They got beat to Shakhtar's B teams. So.
Exactly, they're absolute dross at the moment. I reckon we beat them.
What the beat
I think we're a few players short, personally.
Yeah,
Well,
I think we need. Yeah, I think we need a younger CDM, and we need another defender. We've got
And goalie.
No.
Oh
No.
Goalkeeper.
We nearly got through an hour without him mentioning Dean Henderson.
He was stuffing his face with McDonald's. Can you just go? Can you go to McDonald's? Just go to the drive-through or something. It'll take you an hour, and we can finish up here without anything to do with comments about David De Gea. Please.
I tell you what, David De Gea did get caught stealing donuts once.
Oh God. Have you not just heard what I said? Seriously.
Kobe here says we've got more of a chance of winning the Champions League than the Premier League. Maybe the way we're playing. Maybe. Footy Talk wants to join. We've got Footy Talk on as well. But I'm probably going to end the stream. Right.
Fire.
How?
Let's burn the house down with these.
No. Oh, for fuck's sake. How has that happened, man? I can't believe that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But those who know. We'll leave it at that. Right, okay. You know what? We're all here, all four of you here. Scotty B's joined from Daz's channel. Make sure you check out Daz's Football Stand. He's definitely not a troll. He's a legend, Scotty B. Thanks for joining, Scotty. Appreciate it.
I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Hello, famous man Dazza.
Yeah, Dazza is a famous man.
Everything's famous on the channel. Look on him. He once said the famous fly on the TV.
But whilst you're here, the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to just go round you and just get your predictions. Not go round you. Go to each of you and get your predictions. And we'll start with you, May. I saw you put it in the chat, but let us hear what your thoughts going into it. Obviously, you said earlier you're a little bit worried for the game. How do you see it planning out?
You gone?
Matt,
Wait, yeah.
sorry. Yeah, we're just asking for the predictions. Obviously, you were a bit.
Sorry,
You said you're a bit. No worries, no worries. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised with all the stuff that's going on right now. It's just absolute chaos. But yeah, we just obviously I saw that. Obviously we heard from you early in the stream saying that you're a little bit worried about what Arsenal have got. In terms of predictions, how do you see it going?
I think it'll be a cagey game. I can't see many goals. I think Arsenal will sit back, and I think United will just edge it 1-0. I think there's more pressure on Ole in this game personally to get the win. Obviously, we're lower down in the table, but I think we need to get our first win in the Premier League at home. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough game, but I think we'll edge it. 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'll take any win at all. As I always say on this channel, it doesn't matter how we play or how it comes. 3 points all that matters at this stage of the season. But yeah, I think I'll take a 1-0 win all day long. Kobe says, "Big O, did you drop your McDonald's?" I think he's dropped it, but it's in his digestive system by now. Why am I talking about that?
I dropped it right in my mouth, mate. That's why I dropped it. If I dropped a McDonald's, that would be a very. That's it. It would be a very sad day and a waste of money if I dropped it.
I bought
And
a
you've
drink
got
from
to do a
McDonald's
clean
and
up
it came
job
up.
as well. You got to do a clean up job.
Exactly.
It's not nice. Big O, I guess you're here now. Obviously, we're talking about predictions. Are you in the same sort of thought process as Matty there? Going to be a cage game, or do you think it's going to be a rollover for Ole and his tricky Reds?
I was thinking, well, if you remember, after Leipzig, I said if we played like that, it'll be a long day for Arsenal. Now I've had some time to think, and I want to retract that. I want to retract that statement and say I'm sorry. It won't be a long day for Arsenal. I think they'll beat us 2-1.
Yeah, I'm expecting them to say that.
So you think, okay, well,
and basically the reason I'm saying it is to basically jinx it so we win. That's basically why I'm saying it. And also the fact
I was going to say, have you been smoking something?
Well, if we play,
what's in that McDonald's?
With the formation that Ollie's going to put out again. I mean, obviously, I don't want to be too negative about Ollie because obviously he's doing well at the moment. He's putting the wall on people's eyes, which is great. But
we had an hour without. Okay.
But you know, tomorrow's team she's going to come out. There'll be an absolute meltdown because Dan James will be on the pitch.
There'll be an absolute.
I do think James and Mata will start.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Mata and James will start, and Arsenal will beat us 2-1, and then suddenly everyone's going to go, "What happened there?" And then, like, why play James? I'm sorry, I'm a bit around here. Why play James when you're going to take him off after 60 minutes anyway? What a waste of a player. But
no disrespect to Dan James, right? But I play 5-a-side and I've got more football intelligence than him.
Well, I think if Ollie's going to fit this diamond, you can't fit James in that system. So
yeah.
Hopefully we've moved on from that now.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, I was just saying. I think most people are saying we should play the diamond. I'm not sure about you, Owen. Do you reckon we play diamond?
Yeah, I'll play a diamond. But.
You're agreeing with your 4 at the back for once.
Well, no, I play a diamond in this instance because we seem to be doing all right. However, don't come crying to me when we can see we ship 2 goals tomorrow.
You just said you wanted to jinx it. Now you're backtracking.
No, I'm saying that Arsenal for some reason they hate United more than they hate Spurs. That's just a fact. Like you can't tell me that they give Spurs more stick than they do United. So they just
well, it's only like we hate Liverpool more than we hate City, and we're a part of the same city as them.
That's the thing, but like they're going to show up, aren't they? Like Aubameyang's going to score after his contract, and it'll just be, But I mean, but to be fair, I'm being positive. We will get a goal, and I think we'll score.
How are you being positive? You're saying they're going to score. How is that positive?
I do think we'll score. I think Rashford will get a goal, obviously, because it's his birthday today, and all that stuff that goes with it.
Yeah, that means something. There's going to be a birthday cake instead of a football.
But unfortunately, lads, I think tomorrow might be a long day for us.
Well, will we see the Rashford and Cavani partnership up front?
Who's Cavani?
Oh my God!
You've had too much McDonald's.
No, I tell you what, I play Greenwood, mate. Greenwood's the best finisher at the club. If he doesn't play, I don't know what Ollie's playing. I think he just wants to get sacked again.
Right. Well, I thought Cavani had decent games, to be fair, but fair play.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're not manager, mate.
Okay. You said I was a Glazer sympathiser, so maybe I'd fit the role perfectly.
Oh, sorry, you just called Ollie a Glazer sympathiser.
I didn't say that. Rich, thanks, Rich, he says 2-0 United. I think Arsenal will be defensive, but won't be able to keep us out. I like that prediction. 2-0, clean sheet, job done. Kobe says Dan James. A lot of people getting a bit of hate for Dan James. I mean, listen, I like Dan James, man.
Wait. What's the end of that comment?
It says
He's got the football intelligence of Big O. Right, okay.
I didn't even see that.
Hey, Kobe, I'll keep that in mind, mate. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah.
No, Kobe, mate. You've just. I mean, I should have a plaque of you on behind me right there after that comment. Rich's a question Evans. Rich is also saying being positive, Big O. Exactly. People, how are you being positive by saying we're going to score and we're going to lose? I mean, come on.
Because my initial thing was, are we even going to score? But no, I think we will get a goal.
Okay, so you're not being positive. You're being less negative. You're not being positive. You're being slightly less negative. I did English language. I can phrase it.
No, to be honest, I'm just a bit. I'm cacking it for tomorrow's game. I'm going to be like Cac Efron tomorrow for that game. Honestly.
What is that supposed to be?
Honestly, it's going to be really tight.
I think it's going to be tight.
I'm really worried, to be honest. I think I might need counselling after the 9 minutes.
Okay, all right. 30 Talk says no disrespect, but I'd rather play my cat than Daniel James. As I said, he's getting a lot of a stick in the chat right now, Daniel James. Tom, I'm not sure if Daz is going to come back. If he does, we'll ask him his prediction. Wait, have I already asked? No, I haven't. Tom, what is your prediction?
I don't know what we're all worried about. Seriously, I don't know what we're all worried about. If we get the first goal, we are going to blow them away. It's as simple as that. I'm going 4-0. I think it's
4-0.
I think it'll be I think it'll be like the Chelsea game at the start of last season. Seriously, it'll be like that, where Chelsea they'll sit back, they won't really want to create anything. They'll try and open up, and we'll just do them on the counter attack. He doesn't like playing against counter attacking teams, Arteta. He doesn't like it at all. Possession based teams like against Pep, against a Klopp, he loves them kind of teams. But against these teams that'll break on him and who have the quick players, he absolutely hates them. He absolutely hates them. He has nightmares about them because he knows players like David Luiz can easily trip you up and give a penalty away. It's as simple as that. And another thing is about the penalties. Who should take the penalties and stuff? Just stick with one penalty kick take. We had this at the start of last season where we had 3 penalty kick takers. We had Martial taking them, we had Rashford taking them, we had Pogba taking them. Just stick to one player, and that is Bruno Fernandes. Just stick to one player. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter what run up he does or any silly thing like that. If the ball goes in the back of the net, don't complain. It's as simple as that. But like I just think we've got the better squad overall, and we've got the better players. We can bring off the bench players such as Van der Beek, Cavani. You can bring off players like Twanzebe. They can bring off players like Nketiah, Saka, just straight from the academy. That's it. That's all I'll say. So they're not going to change the game with one substitute. I think it's going to be 4-0. I think it's going to be 4-0.
Just to add to that, I think it's exciting to see that we've got a bit of depth in our squad now. We've got players off the bench to bring off.
100%.
I think that's crucial because I think in the past we've had a good starting 11, but we've faded away because of fitness and relying too much on the starting 11. So yeah, it's exciting.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully, if they can come on the bench and have a similar impact to the guys on the pitch, then we should have a good season. As I say, it's all about consistency for me. Rich says, take note, Big O. Tom is being positive. There you go. Take note. So you got your notepad out. Exactly. Have you got any response to that?
McDonald's,
he's gone.
That's all he's got.
He's gone. He's gone. Well, Richard just said, take note, Big O. Tom is being positive. Have you got a response? Have you got a response to that?
My response is I'm being realistic. Tom is again letting his heart rule his head. I'm being realistic.
Jesus Christ!
But I think we'll see a game day. I'm going to the pub. And usually when I watch the game at the pub, it means we lose. So that's what I'm saying. That's basically the
Well,
basis.
don't
of
go
my
to the pub
prediction.
then.
What to the pub?
If you're that worried about it, don't go to the pub.
Oh, Dazzle wants to be added back, by the way.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? We'll ask Dazza now as the final thing we're going to do before I wrap this up.
Final countdown.
The final thing we're going to do is, Dazza, what is your prediction? Oh, he's got his mask. Wait, can I make him like the main person? How do I do
Yeah,
that?
you can. You've got to click on his name.
Right.
Not on his name, on his picture, I think.
Yes, there you go.
Creepy.
Look at that. And he's got his glasses on. He's a skeleton that can't see.
Blind skeleton.
Should have gone to Specsavers. No, it does.
Well, that
yeah,
doesn't work because I do go to Specsavers.
well, Specsavers are not. I mean, they're you know,
Could go to Boots.
What?
other shops are available. We have to say that for legal reasons. Other glasses shops are
Not
available.
from Thursday. Not from Thursday.
Yeah, not from Thursday. But yeah, Daz, take it away. What's your prediction?
Right.
Bit of MJ in the chat.
Sorry, what?
Michael Jackson was playing in the background.
Oh no, yeah, that was me. That was me. Yeah, no, that was me. And then basically, it was just I was listening to some guy. No, that isn't actually Michael Jackson. That's an impersonator. That's how good he was.
Oh, I'm glad you're taking a notice of what people are saying. Right, Daz. Daz, what's your prediction, mate?
So I think it's going to be a tough game. I think whoever scores the first
The wheels have come off.
The wheels will come off.
whoever scores the first goal for me is going to win the game. And I can see United doing it. If United score first, we never lose. We never lose at home when we score first. And that's, I think, a record's been going on for nearly 400 games. So, you know, we're very good at home, especially when leading at half time and scoring first. So we get the first goal, we've won it. If Arsenal get the first goal, most likely they'll go on to win it. So I think it's going to be, I think, same as Matthew. I think it was Matthew who said 1-0. So
1-0, yeah. As I said,
1-0,
take that all
yeah.
day long, lads. But you know what? It's getting a bit late. But I want to thank everyone for coming on. Really appreciate it. Matty, great to see you back as well. Great to have you. Thanks to Big O as well. Thanks to Dazza. Thanks to Tom as always. And we'll be live after the game. So if any of you got
4-0 spanking.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I'll come back on after the game. Yeah.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. If anyone wants to come back on, feel free to do so. But
Jolene, I'm begging of you.
We're gonna get done for the
but we'll leave it with that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
Happy Halloween.
Happy